got an update from Starstock. So several people have talked about this already. Certainly not new to the party. Just took a few days to kind of digest it and really figure out if I needed to say anything or not. Certainly, there's people with bigger followings than me that have already discussed it and talked about it and ad nauseum, and you've probably already heard about it. But if you haven't already, kind of here's the quick synopsis of it. Basically, Starstock is restructuring basically what they do in their entire company, for lack of a better understanding. They are quote unquote temporarily suspending all um, all raw cards being accepted in for intake. So they originally didn't charge any money for intake for raw cards. Then they bumped it up. This was years ago. This was months ago. It was originally no ingestion fee. Then they bumped it up, I think, to 25 cents per card, which, I understand where they're coming from. ComC has an ingestion fee. Everybody does. It's just kind of the price of doing business. But for me, what I started using Starstock was for all my base rookies, because Starstock was rookies only. So all my base rookies went to Starstock. A lot of it, mostly from, I think, all of my baseball, because I ripped a bunch of 2021 baseball products. So had a ton of base rookies that just weren't worth much, and that was the easiest way to get rid of them and put them up for sale. So did that. They upped their ingestion fee, so I stopped sending them stuff because it just wasn't worth me to pay 25 cents per card when I'm probably not going to get 25 cents per card. So that was the start, I think, of everything. Now they've halted all raw cards on intake completely, and they say it's temporary, but looking at just the situation, I doubt it is. It looks like that's kind of just a shift in focus of where they're heading. So just to kind of give you an idea, let me pull up the email if I can here. All right. So this is the email that they sent out. This was sent out January 29th, which was Sunday, I believe. Let's see. Saturday. So Saturday, they send out an email saying, yesterday we announced that we have decided to suspend the ingestion of raw cards onto our marketplace. Yeah, on top of that, they are also stopping all breaks, and let's see, what else was it? Restructuring operations, focus more heavily on graded cards, wax, new collectible categories, and our live streaming business. So, a couple of things here I'll highlight. The new collectible categories, that's a big one, and our live streaming business. Really excited to continue building, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that was the email that they sent out to all of their customers. This was after I had heard kind of rumblings of this happening already. So basically, the first I heard of it, I think, was NEO Sports Cards, or Cards and Comics, which is the Northeast Ohio sports card guy. He does a lot of cards and comics, and he often will post pretty early on, anytime something like this breaks, kind of a breakdown of it. He had a pretty good insight into it, and I think he posted maybe on Friday, and that was the first I had heard of it. When I saw him post what he did, which was basically saying that he was cashing out of Starstock, that he was kind of done. This scared him enough that he was just kind of over it. I tend to agree with him on the fact that I think if you have cards in Starstock and you don't want to move them, you shouldn't be concerned with the fact that they are safe. I think that Starstock could very well go bankrupt. I think that they could very well do okay and be fine. I don't know. I'm not going to project anything on them. I don't know their financials well enough. They seem like a pretty big company. They have a pretty good bankroll, but they're obviously burning through some of their proceeds and profits enough that they had to lay off a ton of people and stop the raw card intake, at least quote unquote temporarily. I assume that that's not coming back just because the meat on the bone for that is not worth it. So they want to focus more on things that were making them more money. I think that they were losing money or not making enough money on the breaks that they started doing, and from all accounts, what they seem to be shifting towards is NFTs. I don't know that they haven't sent that, but kind of reading the tea leaves and in between the lines, that seems to be, the new collectibles category that they talked about. That seems to be what they're talking about. I assume that that's the case. I am not interested in NFTs. I dabbled with a little Top Shot, but if you go to their website now, you'll see NFTs starting to pop up as far as Top Shot and other things like that. I'm just not interested. So I kind of did basically what NEO did after looking at it, hearing what he had to say, and then kind of looking at it a little bit more. I was kind of done with Starstock. I hadn't looked at Starstock in months and really hadn't had a lot of movement on any of my cards. Most of the cards that were on there, I was underwater on, and it just seemed like a good idea to just go ahead and cash out. I think that they had a lot of people turn away in the last few, 4 to 6 months away from Starstock, and I don't know if they're going to get those customers back in the spring. They may not. With this, I started looking at it as a writing on the wall that yes, my cards will be safe, but how many customers, since they're shifting focus away from basically raw cards and probably what I suspect is possibly shifting focus away from sports cards in general. I think that that could be the case, and if they're going to do that, then how many customers are really going to spend a lot of time and money on their website? So at that point, I'm kind of out. Several of the cards I had on there, um, I just went through, and if it was relatively close, I went through and accepted the next best offer and got a good bit of my funds up and then requested shipment of all the other cards that I wanted. I still have about, oh goodness, probably 40 or so cards on there. I think like all but maybe two or no, that's not true. Um, all but a handful are baseball, just baseball rookie base cards that I left on there. I'm not interested in getting those back. They have no lowest offer on them. They're kind of no name rookies. You know what? If they do well this coming year, great. I'll sell them. If not, that's fine too. I don't want them back. They're going to clutter my office. I'm done with it. Um, they can have them for all I care. If they don't sell for a couple of years, then I'm not interested in them. So I'm hoping that I can get rid of them for 10 cents on each of them, and eventually kind of work my way through them. I'll leave them on there. I'm not closing my account completely. They're still like $2, I think, in my account, but I requested the shipment. It was not cheap. It's $5 basically for requesting the shipment plus an additional, I think it's regardless of raw cards or graded cards, I think it's $1 per card, period. I can't remember exactly. It's on their website. You can go and find out how much it is to send your cards home. But yeah, so I think I shipped, I don't know, 15 cards or so back home. Not a ton of them, a handful of slabs, some of which I sent in. So I hate sending in cards and sending them back. I'm wasting money on shipping back and forth. But at this point, the offers outstanding either weren't there or were so low that it made sense financially for me to get them back, post them on eBay, or get them back and wait and hold on to them and then post them on eBay and sell them. So that's kind of my standpoint right now. eBay just has a ton more eyes than Starstock ever has, really. But especially now, I think that they're going to lose a ton of customers. I think, if I think there's two different sides of the coin. That's the way I kind of took it and went. I'm just kind of done with it. I think that currently and then in the coming weeks and months, there's probably going to be some really good deals to be had on Starstock with people, cards in Starstock that don't want to ship them home, that want out, and you can get probably some good deals just with some lowball offers. So I would go poke around on Starstock and try to get some. I did a little bit as well. I ended up buying one card um, for that reason. Basically, found a Jordan Alvarez big head tops. I don't know. I'll show you when they come in. But basically, it really wasn't just super cheap. It was just okay cheap. And the way that my funds worked out, I had an extra couple of dollars that didn't want to do anything with and wanted to go ahead and do it and then ship that card home. So that's it. That's my thoughts on the Starstock thing. I think they're going to completely shift away from cards, and that's going to be a total and complete afterthought. And when that's the case, I don't want to be in the area that of things that they are not focusing on, they're not innovating with, and that means that new customers and stuff like that are not going to flock to that forum. So that being said, do your own research and look around and let me know what you think. Look, I could very well be wrong. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting this out there as far as just an idea. I've been huge Starstock promoter and fan over the last year and change since I joined it. Neo posted what he did about him being kind of done shipping cards home and cashing out. I'm kind of doing the same thing. There's, other people. Ziggy No is one that has posted a couple of things on his YouTube channel and about he's not done. In fact, he's still a big Starstock fan and promoter and thinks that everybody's blowing this out of proportion. There's other companies and people and social media influencers and whatnot, everything going on that you can find a myriad of different things. The CEO did come on, I think Card Porn or Sports Card Anonymous, one of them, and answered a lot of questions or tried to answer questions and actually put himself out there. So props to him for doing that. But after hearing that, I don't think he did any favors on kind of calming any fears. I think he only exacerbated people's concern about, what their focus is going to be shifting towards. So, in my opinion, that's enough for me to be out. So, do a little research, think about it. I would suggest you kind of go on there and see if you can find any deals. And if you're not in any hurry, go throw some lowball offers out there and see if after a week you can get some really good deals and then ship them home. Who knows? You may be able to make some serious money by doing that. I'm not interested. I just wanted out. I hadn't been on there in months, so I was done. All right, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out.